Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers lose out on the best head coach available. The Los Angeles Lakers are looking for their next head coach. They are reportedly looking for an experienced coach after the first-time head coach Darvin Ham experiment failed. However, they need to act quickly if they want to land an elite play caller because the market for head coaches is already moving fast. In fact, the latest reporting by ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski suggests that the Lakers already lost quite possibly the best head coach available on the market. The Phoenix Suns, who announced the firing of Frank Vogel earlier on Thursday, are reportedly about to hire Mike Budenholzer. Budenholzer has been one of the names the Lakers have been linked to over the past week. This made plenty of sense as Coach Bud was one of the few head coaches with championship pedigree on the market. He has extensive experience coaching superstars as he worked with Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee, where he led them to the 2021 championship. If the Lakers are serious about wanting an experienced coach, they are likely not going to do better than Budenholzer. The former Hawks and Bucks coach has built dominant regular season teams throughout his career. He is very adept at creating a system, getting his players to buy in, and constructing consistently elite defenses. He has been credited with turning Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez into two of the best defensive players in the league. That sounded like the ideal candidate for the Lakers. But, General Manager Rob Pelinka and the Buss family now have to go back to the drawing board. They either have to hope that Ty Lue becomes available or opt for a less experienced head coach. Whichever direction they choose to go, they better act quickly before more teams start their head coaching search. Evaluating Lakers head coaching candidates, Mike Budenholzer. After 2 seasons, the Los Angeles Lakers chose to part ways with head coach Darvin Ham. The team came into this season with championship aspirations but fell far short, losing to the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the NBA playoffs, the second consecutive year the Lakers came up short to Denver. Following a promising first season, the Lakers preached continuity and chemistry going into this year, but that simply didn't happen. While some of that can be attributed to injuries to multiple rotation pieces, Ham also made many questionable rotation decisions. Taking too long to find the right starting lineup and moving key players to the bench didn't go over too well. Additionally, Ham's failures to make proper adjustments against the Nuggets in the playoffs would also aid in the Lakers choosing to dismiss him. And now that the move has been made, the attention goes towards who will replace him, and the most decorated is former Milwaukee Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer. Budenholzer spent 17 years as an assistant under Greg Popovich with the San Antonio Spurs and 10 years of NBA head coaching experience with the Atlanta Hawks and Milwaukee Bucks. He led his team to the playoffs in all but one of his seasons as a head coach, and in 2021 led the Bucks to the NBA championship. Along the way, he was named NBA Coach of the Year in 2015 and 2019. The Bucks decided to part ways with Budenholzer following their shocking first-round playoff upset at the hands of the Miami Heat in 2023, and he did not coach anywhere this past season. There is some precedence for the Lakers bringing in a coach after a year off, as they did the same with Frank Vogel in 2019, and that led them to a championship in 2020. There could be a bit of a question about Budenholzer being the successor to Ham, as the former Lakers coach was a long-time assistant under Budenholzer. Ham learned a lot from Budenholzer, and the two remain close, so perhaps the Lakers could be wary about following up Ham with the person he learned from, as they will undoubtedly have a lot of similarities. Budenholzer is very experienced and knows how to build a great defense. His teams have finished in the top 6 in defensive efficiency in 6 of his 10 years as a head coach. Additionally, his regular season success can't be denied, as he has the 11th highest win percentage in NBA history of coaches with at least 5 years of experience. Spending so many years under the learning tree of Popovich means he has a great foundation, and he has had success with different types of teams. His time with the Bucks proved he can win and get the best out of superstars, while his time with the Atlanta Hawks showed he can make the sum of a team greater than its individual parts. With a year off to reevaluate, watch and learn from the outside, it is very conceivable that Budenholzer could have picked up some new tricks that will make him even better as a coach. There has been a stubbornness at times with Budenholzer in regards to his strategies, lineups and rotations, particularly in the postseason. Too often he has stuck with matchups or things that simply were not working, believing that it will ultimately turn around, and it hasn't, which has led to some playoff disappointments. The same can be said for his rotations, as he would often be reluctant to play his stars bigger minutes even in situations where adjustments could be made when it is called for. The fact that he was the teacher to him could also mean that some of the same things that were disliked about the former Lakers head coach could be the case for Budenholzer as well. Blockbuster trade pitch would send Lakers 9-time All-Star for massive haul. The Los Angeles Lakers will be in the mix to add a third star to pair with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. In a proposed blockbuster trade from Greg Swartz of Bleacher Report, the Lakers would trade with their in-city rival, the Los Angeles Clippers, for Paul George. Lakers get George, P.J. Tucker. Clippers get Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, 2024 or 2025 first-round pick. Paul George has some big decisions to make this summer. Staying home in Los Angeles should be the priority, but the Clippers consistently losing Kawhi Leonard in or before the playoffs year after year has to be wearing on him, Swartz wrote in his May 9 article proposing blockbuster deals for teams ready to risk it all. George, 34, can become an unrestricted free agent and sign with a contender like the Philadelphia 76ers, yet injury concerns surround Joel Embiid as well. With leverage, since he can walk out the door and leave the Clippers with nothing, George should request a trade to the Lakers instead. The combination of LeBron James, who would be more likely to re-sign with the Lakers himself, Anthony Davis and George would become one of the best big threes in all of basketball, improving LA's outside shooting and overall defense in the process. The Lakers would still have first-round picks in 2029 and 2031 to try to fill in the roster around their stars. George, a 9-time All-Star and 6-time All-NBA selection, would bring the Los Angeles Lakers another scoring option who can score 30-plus points on any given night. The 33-year-old averaged 22.6 points per game this season and was as efficient as ever. He shot 47.1% from the field on 16.7 shots per game, the highest mark of his career, which started in the 2010-11 season. George's 41.3% three-point percentage on 7.9 attempts per game was also a career best. While his scoring would take much of the burden off of Davis and James, the Lakers' defense would also improve as he's a 4-time All-Defensive selection. He's averaged at least 1.4 steals in every season since 2015-16 besides one. Eddie Bitar of Fadeaway World wrote that George would also give the Lakers shot creation, something any team could use. George's addition to the Lakers would bring a dynamic scoring threat, 22.6 ppg, and defensive prowess, 1.5 spg, to their roster, further bolstering their championship aspirations, Bitar wrote on May 9 in his article exploring different paths the Lakers could take in the offseason. Playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, George would form a potent trio capable of overwhelming opponents on both ends of the floor. His ability to create his shot and stretch the defense with his perimeter shooting, 41.3% three-point FG, would provide the Lakers with a versatile scoring option and alleviate some of the offensive burden on LeBron and Davis. When George requested a trade from the Indiana Pacers, who he spent 2010 to 2017 with, he said on an episode of Podcast P that he wanted to play for the Lakers. "Obviously, I wanted to come back home. Lakers was, first. My idol, Kobe Bryant, went there," Paul said in March of 2023. George wasn't traded to the Lakers as he was moved to the Oklahoma City Thunder. If he feels how he did a few years ago, perhaps he requests a trade to the Lakers. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Paulo George? Leave your opinion in the comments.